Hey guys, now I've heard a lot of people say, Daniel, I can't eat healthy food because it's just so expensive. Well, is it? Well, yeah, some healthy food can be expensive, that's true. But if you believe all healthy food are expensive, you got a lot to learn because it is not. So in this video, I'm gonna give you 5 tips to eat healthy food on a budget. Let's get to it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong.
Just very quick, if it's your first time here on my channel, I'm Daniel and welcome to DLM Model Lifestyle. Consider subscribing and also clicking that notification bell so you won't miss any of the next videos. Now, let's start with the first step. Buy in bulk because it's cheaper. So most of the expensive stuff that you want to buy, you can buy it in bulk because it works out cheaper, especially when it's on sale. And then you also save time and you also save money on fuel because if you buy in bulk, you don't need to go to the store so often as you usually do. Buy whole food instead of processed food. A lot of people who say healthy food is expensive, they don't realize just how expensive some of the processed foods really are. And it's unhealthy. Like chicken nuggets, for example. They're not cheap, or at least not in South Africa if you compare them to normal chicken, but stay away from processed foods. Choose the right food that are healthy and cheap and throw away all the junk. For example, if you have breakfast, choose oatmeal, which is super cheap in most countries, and you can add cheap fruits with the oats like bananas, and it tastes great. But unfortunately, most people choose these unhealthy cereals, and they're not really cheap, and your kids get used to them. And instead of buying sodas like Coke, get coffee, tea, or fruit juice. And then bread is usually cheap, but instead of going for that unhealthy white bread, choose whole grain or whole wheat bread. And then most people who go grocery shopping, you forget how many sweets and crackers and junk you put into your trolley, right? And then those bills, it's expensive. So stop buying junk food like crackers, cookies, sodas, and pre-packed food. It's expensive and offers almost no nutritional value. And then buy more vegetables. There's a lot of cheap vegetables that you can get, like broccoli, onions, spinach, sweet potatoes and normal potatoes, tomatoes, carrots, green cabbage, and butternut squash. And then when you look at grains and legumes, brown rice is affordable. I already talked about oatmeal, and then there's quinoa, which is so healthy. Although this can be expensive in some countries like South Africa. When you look at fish and meat, canned tuna is usually cheaper than normal fresh fish. And eggs. Eggs so healthy and they are so cheap. And then if you like meat, get chicken because chicken is cheap in most countries. And if you buy it in bulk, you save even more. All right, I've been going on a little bit too much, so let's move on to the next step. Plan your meals and cook at home. You gotta plan ahead for the week that's coming. So make a grocery list and stick to the grocery list. Never go buy groceries when you're hungry. It's not gonna work because then you just wanna buy everything. So stick to the list. And then only buy the food that you're sure you'll use so you won't waste any food and in so doing waste your money. And then cooking at home is a lot cheaper than eating out. If you say, no, it's expensive to eat at home, then you should check your bills at the end of the month to see how much you're actually really paying for eating out. So instead of eating out a lot, use that same money and buy healthy food that you can eat at home. And then a good tip is to use the weekend to plan and cook your food ahead for the week that is coming. And then another good tip is to buy generic products. What is this? Well, it's basically those products that doesn't have a brand name or a trademark. Now these products are usually cheaper and all food manufacturers have to follow the same standards to provide safe food. But generic products are usually the same quality as branded food products. Now listen, you don't need to take out your savings just to eat healthy, but you can make better choices. So stop dieting 1 month and then you go on an eating spree and then you diet again. Stop the diets and just live a healthy lifestyle. Remember, eating junk food actually costs you twice as much, especially if you look in the long run when you look at your health. Bad food comes with bad health, and bad health comes with medical bills and drugs and even low energy, depression, and so forth. And remember this, you can't put a price on good health. Now, if you want to learn more about eating healthy, then check out my older video over here, and I'll see you there. Cheers, guys.